everybody. Of course, it is Monday night, and of course, I'm sitting beside Jesse Ruiz because it is time for CPS News with Jesse and Brent. It's the news that speaks your language. Thank you so much for tuning in. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I hope you guys had a great 4th of July weekend. You enjoyed it. You ate a lot of burgers and hot dogs and all that stuff, donuts.
Donuts.
You enjoyed it.
I love
it. We do have a lot of information for you, very important information, and we're really happy that you're here with us so that you can hear it all. So with that,
we've got some big headlines this week, so before the headlines come up, there's also one more that just came in. Francine Nguyen and her new Vallarta School for Girls is coming soon, so just add that to your mental headlines, but let's go with all the rest of them. Here's the headlines.
Tonight on CPS News, new Canadian connections. Puerto Vallarta Airport expands its reach with Porter Airlines' new routes, boosting direct service from Canada. Weather woes in Bahía de Banderas. Storms trigger major flooding and power outages across the region. What you need to know to stay safe. Jalisco goes global. Governor Lemus leads an investment tour in Taiwan, positioning Jalisco as the future Silicon Valley of Latin America. A farewell to a great mind. Puerto Vallarta honors Dr. Juan Luis Cifuentes Lemus, the beloved scholar and environmentalist who made this land his home. The Ariel Awards roll into town. The 67th edition of Mexico's Top Film Honors lights up Puerto Vallarta on September 20th at the International Convention Center. Voices of Vallarta. Brent Lane sits down with Impresa Alyasha to talk about the U.S. Family and Friends Auxiliary at American Legion Post 12, bringing USO-style entertainment and heartfelt community support to PV's expat and veteran families. Local legends on the world stage. Puerto Vallarta's Amigos Indestructibles continue their inspirational run at the 2025 FIBA Maxi Basketball World Championship in Switzerland. All that and more, only on CPS News with Jesse and Brent, the news that speaks your language.
Time for our first story tonight. So first off, Puerto Vallarta will take center stage this September 20th as the 67th Ariel Awards come to town. The Ariels are the most prestigious honors in Mexican cinema, and this year marks the 3rd time in a row the ceremony was held in Jalisco. Officials made the announcement from Mexico City's Cineteca Nacional, confirming that the red carpet will roll out at the Puerto Vallarta International Convention Center. This move is part of the Academy's plan to take the show on the road and bring new audiences. Jalisco continues to lead the way in film production with public policies and incentive programs that attract major national and international projects. The ceremony will be broadcast live on Jalisco TV, TNT, HBO Max, Canal 22, with additional airings on Canal 11, Capital 21, and Mexicanse TV and Suma TV. It's a lot of outlets to catch it. No excuses for missing it. Once again, Puerto Vallarta is proving to be the perfect mix of culture, beauty, and cinematic history, and the ideal setting for Mexico's biggest night in film. And personally, for me, I cannot wait.
Thanks, Brent. I cannot wait either. I'm so excited about this. All right, next up, heavy rain and high winds slammed Bahía de Banderas last week, triggering widespread flooding, power outages, and chaos across several communities. Here's Joe with the details.
The rainy season has made a powerful impact in Bahía de Banderas, where a strong thunderstorm Thursday afternoon caused significant flooding, power outages, and disruption in multiple communities. The most affected areas include Jaratideras, Nuevo Vallarta, Mezcales, and Bucerias, where heavy rain led to rapid runoff, overflowing estuaries, and rising water levels in key areas like Lago Real, El Cora Estuary, and El Quelele Lagoon. In Jaratideras and San Vicente del Mar, residents have been without electricity for over 2 hours. Despite multiple reports, the Federal Electricity Commission, CFE, has not yet responded, leaving neighbors frustrated and in the dark. Strong winds, lightning, and intense downpours were also reported across the municipality, prompting local authorities to urge residents to remain cautious and avoid risky areas. One of the hardest hit spots was the Nuevo Vallarta Boulevard, where dozens of vehicles were left stranded between the CFE substation and the Bahía de Banderas Technological University. Floodwaters in that area reportedly reached up to 1 meter in depth, turning the street into a temporary lagoon. This flooding pattern is not new. Each rainy season, water flows down from higher neighborhoods like El Tigre, with poor drainage in low-lying zones, creating dangerous conditions for drivers and pedestrians. As Bahía de Banderas continues to navigate the challenges of rainy season, authorities are calling for both short-term caution and long-term investment in better stormwater infrastructure. With information from Israel Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thanks, Joe. Be careful out there driving. If waters are building up, get out or just stay home and watch out for that. Okay, moving on. In our next story tonight, the academic world is mourning a major loss as one of Mexico's most respected scientists passes away in Puerto Vallarta. Here's Sarah with the details.
The scientific and academic community of Mexico is mourning the loss of Dr. Juan Luis Cifuentes Lemus, a highly respected figure in the fields of marine biology and science communication. Dr. Cifuentes passed away in Puerto Vallarta, a city he embraced not only as his home, but as the final chapter of his remarkable journey. For the past 3 decades, he was deeply connected to the Centro Universitario de la Costa, part of the University of Guadalajara, where he lived, worked, and taught. Far from being a transient academic, Dr. Cifuentes became a constant and familiar presence in the corridors of the university, respected, admired, and deeply cherished by colleagues and students alike. In 2022, CUCOSTA honored him during his lifetime by naming one of its academic halls after him, a tribute that reflected his significance to the institution and to the region. Over the course of his distinguished career, Dr. Cifuentes was awarded at least 11 honorary doctorates by universities across Mexico, including institutions in Nuevo León, Baja California Sur, Sinaloa, and Hidalgo. These honors highlighted his contributions to science, education, and society. His academic influence extended across more than 10 universities, including key roles at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, where he once served as director of the Faculty of Sciences, the Autonomous Metropolitan University, and the Universidad La Salle. He found nearly 70 academic programs in biological sciences, published over 100 scientific articles and 29 books, and held leadership roles in organizations such as FAO, the National Institute of Fisheries, and the Secretariat of Fisheries. Beyond titles and achievements, Dr. Cifuentes was known in Puerto Vallarta as a teacher who remained active and engaged well into his later years. He gave public lectures, interacted warmly with students, and treated the university campus as an extension of his home. His passion for science and education left a lasting mark on those who worked with him. As the community reflects on his legacy, the university and city bid farewell not just to a prominent scientist, but to a beloved member of the Vallarta family. His presence will be missed, but his contributions will continue to inspire future generations. With information from Sarah Joy, Hugo Lin, CPS News.
Our condolences from CPS News. I hope he rests in peace. Now, here's a disturbing story. If it's true, state authorities are pushing back against alarming online claims about supposed grave site in La Cruz de Guanacaxtle, calling the reports false and misleading. Here's Richard with the details.
Nayarit authorities deny human remains found in La Cruz de Guanacaxtle. The Nayarit State Attorney General's office has denied claims that a clandestine grave was discovered in La Cruz de Guanacaxtle, Bahía de Banderas. The statement comes in response to allegations made by the collective Uniendo Corazones Bahía de Banderas, which earlier this week reported the recovery of human remains from a secured home. Authorities clarified that the house was searched back in April 2025 following a missing persons report filed in October of 2024 involving a man from Puerto Demita. Acting on leads, investigators obtained a search warrant for the property believed to be connected to a suspect. The search, carried out by special agents, forensic experts, canine units, and the Mexican Army, included floor demolition, excavations, and dog-assisted searches. All efforts yielded negative results. No human remains or evidence of a grave were found. Officials emphasised the property remains secured and the case is still under investigation, and claims circulating online are false. They urge the public to rely on official updates as the investigation continues. With information from Israel Torres, Richard Burns, CPS News.
What a mystery, and hopefully no bodies are found. All right, so changing gears here, we now have a word from our sponsor, Cerámicas Exclusivas. Looking to give your home a fresh new vibe? Take advantage of the summer to renovate your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas. Discover everything you need to transform your spaces with style and elegance at prices you will love. From stunning flooring and modern bathrooms to those unique ideas that truly make a difference. Visit their showroom at Calle Federación 390 in Ixtapa, Puerto Vallarta, and explore a wide variety to fit every taste and budget. This summer, refresh your home with Cerámicas Exclusivas, where quality meets the sign. Follow them on Instagram or Facebook to see their latest collections and get inspired. Cerámicas Exclusivas, because your home deserves the best. Now, here's Maria with our next story tonight.
A suspected sewage spill at Playa Los Muertos is causing alarm among local business owners, tourism workers, and visitors. The discharge, believed to originate from a nearby hotel, possibly in the area of Playa Los Arcos or Hotel Marsol, is affecting one of Puerto Vallarta's busiest tourist zones. The foul-smelling wastewater is seeping into the sand and reaching areas near beachfront restaurants, creating a health and environmental concern. The strong odor and visible contamination are disturbing both tourists and locals, while casting a negative impression on one of Mexico's most popular coastal destinations. The situation is drawing calls for urgent action from municipal and state authorities. Local vendors and service providers are urging an immediate inspection to determine the exact source of the spill, stop the contamination, and impose sanctions on those responsible. Many consider the incident not only a threat to public health, but also a serious risk to the city's tourism reputation. Authorities in charge of environmental protection and public health are expected to conduct an on-site inspection in the coming hours. Until then, frustration continues to grow among those who work and visit the beach daily as the contamination remains unresolved. With information from Fernando Bojorquez, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Oof, what a mess. Hopefully there's a day where we can stop reporting about these trash and buildup of sewage issues in our area.
I know, especially in that area that's very touristic. You know, we need to make it better. We need to make just all the places very nice.
Do it, she says so. All right, so with that, we're about to go to commercial, but definitely stay tuned because we're going to be back soon with Voices of Vallarta. And this week we have Empress Alyasha on to talk about a USO initiative in town. So don't get anywhere. Be right back in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for our interview segment, and of course that means Voices of Vallarta. And I'm so happy to have a friend of mine and our guest, Empress Alyasha, here on set. Welcome.
Thank you.
And today we're going to be talking about the U.S. Family and Friends Auxiliary at the American Legion Post 12. And this is your initiative, and I imagine many of our viewers might not really know what I'm talking about. So maybe first off, tell us a little bit about the initiative, and then, huge congratulations on starting it, of course, and then what inspired you to start this here?
Oh my gosh, that's so many questions. The Family and Friends Auxiliary is a wing of American Legion Post 12, and I decided that I wanted to start this because I've been working as a volunteer at the American Legion. And my husband, Ray, was recently appointed as the new commander of the American Legion, which gives me some possibilities to do some things for the community that I was not able to do before. So that was kind of my inspiration. And the American Legion, they do so many things. We've done blood drives, we've done food drives, toy drives, help disaster relief, because we have all of these hurricanes here, and we try to fit ourselves into the community wherever we're needed, whenever something arises. And I just want to add something to it, because since we're new at it, we have a chance now to expand what they're already doing.
I love it. I love it. And since we just had July the 4th, first of all, thank you so much for his service, and I'll say your service too. I know it's not always easy being the spouse of, and so thank you to you both for your service. Now, also, we had a chance before we came on with the interview, and you shared some of your future plans, and you mentioned in there USO-style entertainment, wellness initiatives, and cultural excursions. What are you excited about? And maybe tell us a little bit about more about those.
Gosh, there's so many things I'm excited about. One of the other things that the American Legion has been doing for several years is providing some kind of entertainment or relaxation for the U.S. ships that dock here in the Puerto Vallarta marina. And we wanted to extend that so it's not just giving them some food and drink and a little entertainment. We want them to see Puerto Vallarta and experience the culture. So we are planning some things to do with our military men when they come in. We also want to do things in the community. So we've got plans to do things with the children, to support some of the choir and the musical stuff that the kids do here. And one of the things that I'm really excited about that we're going to do is we're going to have a roller derby.
Oh, a roller derby?
Yeah.
How do I sign up? This sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
Well, the Rio Koala has a little stage, kind of. It's cemented in, and there are seats all around it, and it's just a beautiful area. And I got this idea while talking to Sonny Rossi, because I was doing a concert right next door to that in her space. And so we want to do something that brings the kids outdoors also. And my idea is not only to have the roller derby provide a rink atmosphere for the kids to skate, but also to have some of the children's choirs come and perform at that time. So it's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, no, didn't expect that. That's amazing. So this event, or this first event, is going to be on July 10th. What are you hoping people walk away with after they come to this first event?
Well, the first event is only for people who want to volunteer and help us get our program through, because it takes a lot of work to get all of this stuff done. So we're looking for people with all kinds of skills, whether it's administrative, technical, artistic, whatever kind of skills that they have, or even if they just want to volunteer to move furniture around or do those kind of things when we need them. We want the whole community to be involved. So whenever we say American Legion, people think, oh, American military, that's all it's going to be.
Right, that's what I would have thought too. Okay.
No, we want to be involved with the community. We also, normally the auxiliary is called the Women's Auxiliary. We changed it to family and friends because we want it to be all inclusive. So that's a very important thing to us. We want our military people who come here to live in Puerto Vallarta or come here to visit to be involved in Mexican culture, to learn the language, to eat the food. So we want to really make a multicultural environment where we're not coming here and kind of, I hate to use this word, but segregating ourselves within the community. We want to be in the community. We want to get to know the people. We want to do things together with the people.
Now, those are bold initiatives, and we all should be striving for that, actually. We're guests here, and we're visitors here, and we live here, and I like the idea and the messaging of community and integration into that community. That's amazing. So we only have a few more minutes left, but how can residents, whether or not they're veterans, get involved and show the support? I think we're going to go ahead and maybe show, the website here or a link here. What's the best way to get involved, get more information, and potentially even show up on the 10th or at a future event?
Well, I'll give you a flyer so you can post it so people can see. The first event is at the joint boutique and co-work. That's on the 10th of July from 1 to 3.
Okay.
So anybody who's interested can come and join us there. You can go on my website. You can look for information. You can go on my Facebook page. And that will give you the information about the first event. And the first event is for us all to get to know each other, to give some ideas, for me to give everybody my ideas of what I want to do, for you to give me your ideas, and for us to start a plan, because it is a 3-year plan.
Oh, nice.
So this is not something that's just for a couple of months. We are going to work this into the next 3 years. So we're going to do a lot.
I love it. Well, based on that, I'm sure we're going to have you on more often, because I personally want to keep up, and I'm sure our viewers want to also keep up with what you have going on. I love this initiative. July 4th was just last Friday. Super happy about it. But we are out of time. Thank you so much, Professor, for coming on today.
Thank you for
love
inviting
having
me.
you. Absolutely. So with that, we're going to move on. Thank you for tuning in for Voice of Vallarta. Be sure to tune in next week. And who will our guest be? I don't even know at this point, but maybe it'll be you. All right, with that, let's move on. Maria has our next story tonight.
In an effort to strengthen emergency neurological care, Hospital Hoya Marina hosted a specialized certification course this Saturday, July 5th, focused on the Advanced Stroke Life Support, or ASLS, approach to acute stroke treatment. The course, led by Dr. Jorge Yanez, a renowned neurosurgeon and expert in the field, brought together more than 40 healthcare professionals for a hands-on instruction using simulators and real clinical case scenarios. Endorsed by prestigious institutions such as Mexico's National Institute of Neurology and Neurosurgery, the course was designed for frontline medical personnel, including general physicians, emergency doctors, specialists, nurses, and administrative staff from both the public and private sectors. 1 in 4 people will suffer a stroke in their lifetime, and every 2 seconds someone in the world is having one. That's why it's crucial for Vallarta's medical community to know how to respond quickly and effectively, said Yanez during a press conference prior to the event. Thanks to the support of Hospital Hoya, 15 scholarships were awarded to local doctors and medical students, allowing them to attend the training at no cost. Dr. Yanez emphasized the importance of recognizing the early warning signs of a stroke, including facial asymmetry, speech difficulties, sudden weakness in arms or legs, sudden vision changes. Dr. Andrea Maldonado, a general practitioner who attended the course, also highlighted the importance of such training. The general public also needs to be able to recognize these signs. Every minute during a stroke means brain cell loss and a greater chance of long-term disability. Beyond improving emergency response, the course also aimed to support community education. Organizers announced plans to continue offering workshops and public talks focused on stroke prevention and early detection in the future. With information from Fernanda Bojarquez, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Thank you for that story, Maria. And now moving on, I really love this next story tonight, and I also love that it involves my friend, Francie Nguyen, who I greatly admire for all she does in this community. So a bright new chapter is beginning for the Vallarta School for Girls. On July 2nd, the school officially broke ground on its new campus in Colonia Los Sauces, marking a major milestone in its mission to uplift and empower girls through education. Founded under the Girls Education Fund Foundation, the school provides a nurturing bilingual education completely free of charge to girls for underserved communities in Puerto Vallarta. Each student receives uniforms, books, supplies, and meals, creating a strong foundation for academic and life success. The new state-of-the-art campus, designed and developed by Alfonso Aguilar and his team at Home Improvement PV, will expand enrollment to 60 students and include modern classrooms, a gymnasium, a library, rooftop space, and more, allowing for a broader curriculum and for future growth. The groundbreaking event brought together school founder Francie Nguyen, board members, community supporters, and local media. Francie proudly announced that 65% of the school's $350,000 capital campaign has already been raised thanks to the incredible generosity of the entire Vallarta community. To keep the dream going, supporters can donate through the school's website and mark their calendars for 3 key fundraising events. I think I went to all of them last year, or my wife did. The Christmas Garden Party on December 14th, Stars with a Heart on January 25th, and the Elegant Black and White Ball, which will be on March 2nd. If you want to donate or learn more, just visit girlsfund.org nuestras.org, and you can get right on there, make your donation, and support an amazing cause.
That is truly amazing, and we hope to have Francie back on our newscast closer to high season to tell us about all of her amazing endeavors. And I hope you wrote down all of, the dates of all of those events, because you need to be there. Now, coming up, we have another word from our sponsor, and this time it's Katrina Cantina. Looks like a lot of fun. And talking about Katrina Cantina, then we can talk about tequila. Oh yes, while walking through the streets of Taipei, Taiwan, Jalisco's Governor Pablo Lemus was surprised to see a giant ad for Clase Azul tequila made right in Jalisco on display in the middle of one of the world's top tech cities. Yep, he shared the moment on social media, calling it a great example of how far Jalisco's culture and products are reaching. Clase Azul isn't just known for its high-quality tequila, it also stands out because of its beautiful Talavera-style ceramic bottles handcrafted by Mexican artisans. The brand has become a luxury hit in places like the US, Japan, France, and now Taiwan. But Governor Lemus didn't fly to Taiwan just to admire tequila ads. He's on an important trip to attract investments in tech industries like semiconductors, electric vehicles, and advanced manufacturing. His big goal? To make Jalisco the Silicon Valley of Latin America. He's meeting with business leaders and visiting microchip factories in cities like Taipei and Taichung. Even though some people back home are upset about local problems being ignored, the government says his kind of international outreach is key for Jalisco's future. So in Taiwan, a bottle of tequila is doing more than promoting a drink. It's showing off Jalisco's culture and big plans for global growth. With information from Hugo Lin, I'm Jessie.
Well, cheers to you, Jessie, for that story. Now, here's Joe again with our next story tonight.
Jalisco Governor Pablo Lemus Navarro kicked off a high-profile investment tour in Taiwan, reaffirming his administration's ambition to position the Mexican state as the Silicon Valley of Latin America. On the first day of meetings, Governor Lemus and his delegation highlighted Jalisco's growing leadership in the semiconductor, automotive, and advanced manufacturing sectors. Quote, "We've reached important agreements that will help solidify Jalisco as a true investment oasis, particularly in semiconductors and the automotive industry," end quote, Lemus shared via social media. The delegation, which includes Jalisco's Secretary of Economic Development, Cindy Blanca Ochoa, met with major Asian investors and tech companies. Discussions focused on long-term collaboration in areas such as semiconductor design, research and development, and sustainable electromobility, a key priority for the state government. Blanca Ochoa noted strong interest from Taiwanese firms in forming specialized, long-term innovation agendas. These talks come as part of Jalisco's broader strategy to attract high-tech investment and boost the state's role in global supply chains. Governor Lemus emphasized that one of Jalisco's main competitive advantages lies in its human capital. Over 20,000 engineering graduates enter the workforce each year from the state's universities. He also cited Jalisco's business-friendly environment, modern infrastructure, strategic location, and legal stability as key factors in attracting global partners. The tour continues this week with additional meetings with tech and innovation companies, reinforcing Jalisco's commitment to sustainable development, innovation, and international cooperation. With information from Adolfo Torres, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Thanks, Joe, for that information. Now, next up, the long-awaited Amado Nervo Bridge, meant to finally connect Bahía de Banderas and Puerto Vallarta, has hit another delay. Construction was supposed to begin on June 30th, but that date came and went with no activity on the site. The holdup is a delayed decision on which company will build it. The Ministry of Infrastructure, Communications, and Transportation was expected to announce the winning bid back on June 25th, but that did not happen. A new notice says the decision will now be posted on the Compras Mexico platform on July 15th at 8 p.m. Despite earlier promises from officials that the project was ready to go, there is still not a confirmed start date. For now, the bridge and the traffic relief is supposed to is going to remain on hold for a period of time, so we'll just keep waiting and hoping for the best. Thank you so much for MGG for that story.
And you know what? I don't think they will have it July 15th.
You think?
I don't think so.
You don't want to make a bet?
We should. Some people say, no, they won't have it until September. Others think October. Others even think in November and December. So What month do you think they'll have someone ready?
I say July of 2027.
Oh, my gosh.
I hope not.
Really?
No, I hope it does shock you. What is your guess?
Well, I think I'm going to say October just because it's my birthday month.
Oh, perfect.
So, yeah.
So we're essentially playing.
Yeah,
it's like the bingo card of when is the construction going to be done? Well, we'll let you know clearly when we hear more.
Started.
Well, yeah, when it gets done, started, any of the above. Yeah. All right. Well, let's figure out when it's going to get started. But with that, we'll keep you updated as we hear more. But we need to move on, and we'll be right back in a minute with more CPS news. The news that speaks your language.
We are back, CPS News, the news that speaks your language, and we have more information from you. This time, it's good news.
A record-breaking graduation ceremony took place this Tuesday, July 1st at the Puerto Vallarta International Convention Center as the Puerto Vallarta Regional High School celebrated the class of 2022B, 2025A, the largest in the school's 35-year history, with 680 graduates. The event was led by the school's director, Maestra Susana Ambriz Ramos, who proudly highlighted the institution's continued growth and the commitment of its educators to shaping responsible, thoughtful, and engaged citizens. Special guests included Cesar Antonio Barba Delgadillo, Secretary General of the University of Guadalajara, who served as the class sponsor, and Dr. Maria Esther Alvalar Alvarez, Rector of the University of Guadalajara's Coastal Campus, CU Costa, who delivered an inspiring message to the graduates. One of the most touching moments came from Luna Delay Cardenas Gallardo, the student with the highest GPA of the generation, who delivered a heartfelt speech thanking teachers, families, and friends. She encouraged her classmates to pursue their dreams with courage, staying true to the values formed during their time in high school. This graduation not only marks a numeric milestone, it symbolizes the growing prestige and academic strength of the Puerto Vallarta Regional High School and the dedication of its entire educational community to preparing future professionals. Congratulations to the class of 2025. With information from Fernanda Bojorquez, Joe Wasik, CPS News.
Yes, I love this type of news. Congratulations to the class of 2025. And now we're moving on to a different story. Not such a good one. Maria has our next one, and also warning so you're not the next victim of crime.
A well-known criminal tactic has resurfaced in Puerto Vallarta, this time leaving a woman 25,000 pesos short in a bold distraction-based robbery. The incident occurred Tuesday afternoon in the city's hotel zone. According to early reports, the victim had just withdrawn 25,000 pesos in cash from a bank at Plaza Peninsula. Unaware she was being followed, she drove to a nearby gas station on Francisco Medina Asensio Avenue, near the entrance to the maritime terminal. There, she noticed one of her tires appeared flat. A seemingly helpful couple approached, offering to assist her with the issue. While she was distracted by the repair, criminals quietly stole her handbag containing the recently withdrawn money and quickly fled the scene without a trace. Authorities suspect the pair may be linked to a string of similar robberies known as the Poncha Llanta scheme, where victims are followed from banks, their vehicles are sabotaged, and theft occurs while their attention is diverted. No arrests have been made, but an investigation is underway. Police urge the public to remain vigilant after withdrawing large sums of money and to avoid accepting unsolicited help, especially in isolated or vulnerable areas. Stay alert. These thieves rely not on violence, but on silence and surprise. With information from Guadalupe Arce, Maria Ammerman, CPS News.
Okay, seriously, watch out, y'all. This is just a reminder to make sure you do not leave personal items in your car unattended, your grocery cart, and more. These petty crimes happen here, and we just need to be a little more vigilant and try to prevent them. Okay, now we shift to health with our sponsor, and of course, that has to be Hospital Hoya. Self-care is the key to living well, and catching health issues early can make a big difference. This month, Hospital Hoya Riviera is making it easy with a full checkup for only 4,000 pesos. This checkup includes a medical evaluation, nutritional assessment, electrocardiogram, lab work, and more. The offer is good through July 31st. Just give a call to 322-226-8181 to book your appointment. Hospital Hoya Riviera, they know how to take care of you.
Hey, that's a really good deal. Thanks for that, Brent. And now we're going over to sports, and that's why David, the sports guy, is here. What's up, David? How are you?
I'm doing great. You guys doing good?
We're good. We got a lot of rain coming this weekend. I hope most of these events are either indoors or in the water.
Yeah, I think they should be okay. There was some swimming and mescalis on the streets, I think, but we'll stick to the pools if we can for the most part. So.
Very nice.
Well, let's hear all about it. I'm excited to hear about the sports this weekend.
All right, let's kick it off with a big cheers to 3 incredible young athletes from Puerto Vallarta who have made it to the big leagues, representing Jalisco at the 2025 National Olympics in Tlaxcala. We've got Miriam Tananzi Ayala Perez and Luis Enrique Ramos Gutierrez taking on the relay events, while Hania Lizette Ruvalcaba Gonzalez will be soaring in the long jump. All 3 are coached by the legendary Jorge Miramontes. And let me tell you, these kids are fire. They have already proven themselves at the state and regional level, and now they are ready to shine nationally. Vallarta's got talent, and these young stars are taking it all the way. All right, on to the Marlins. All right, swimmers, it's time to make a splash. This past weekend, the 9th edition of the Serial Marlins de Natación went down at the Prepa Vallarta pool, and what a weekend it was. Over 120 swimmers from across the region gave it their all, from tiny tadpoles to future Olympians. And here's the final scoreboard. First place, Marlins Prepa Vallarta. Second place, Escuela de Natación Local. And third, Instituto Tepeyac. This event has been growing every year, and it's doing a great job promoting swimming as both a fun and competitive sport in our town. Props to all the families, coaches, and fans who keep the poolside energy going strong. And speaking of rising stars, shout out to our neighbors in Bahía de Banderas, 4 incredible young athletes, Paola Castro, Ulisa Delgado, Samira and Yameleth Sedano took home bronze in the 4x100 meter relay at a national track event, one of my favorite track events from my childhood days. These girls brought the heat with speed, teamwork, and pure determination. Big applause for them, their coaches, and the whole support crew. This medal isn't just a win for them, it's a win for local sports development. More proof that Bahía and Vallarta are raising champions. In international sports news, Puerto Vallarta's own Amigos Indestructibles continue to represent Mexico with heart and pride at the 2025 FIBA Maxi Basketball World Championship in Switzerland. Despite a tough 94-61 loss to powerhouse FIBA Italia in the round robin, The team from Vallarta showed incredible grit and spirit. The Italians, made up of former pro players and national team veterans, brought height, strength, and years of experience to the court, but that did not stop Amigos Indestructibles from shining. The Vallarta team delivered some brilliant plays that even forced their European opponents to call timeouts to break their momentum. One of the Vallarta players proudly said the Italians couldn't believe they were scoring such great baskets. While this loss does end their title hopes, Amigos Indestructibles will continue competing in placement matches to determine their final standing in this global celebration of veteran basketball. Stay tuned as we await news of their next opponent and game schedule. So this is what community sports are all about. Talent, teamwork, and a whole lot of heart, no matter the age group. I'm David the Sports Guy. See you next time with more action and Vallarta spirit right here where sports come to life. Jesse and Brent, back to you.
Dave, I love that story of Amigos Indestructibles.
I love that name.
I was about to
I could say that all day.
Any team that is literally translated to the indestructible friends, I'm a massive fan immediately.
Yeah, it's like,
I love it. Yeah. It's a great story. I also really enjoyed the story of the swimming competition. That was really good. So congratulations to all of the local athletes. And Switzerland, the Amigos Indestructibles all the way in Switzerland. Too bad that you have to come back, but I'm sure glad that you played like you never played before, so that's great.
Looks good.
All right, well, thanks again, David the Sports Guy.
Anytime.
Love having you on. We'll see you next week.
All right, you bet.
All right. And now we have a quick word from our sponsor, Mari Galante. Oh yes, ahoy Vallarta adventurers. The legendary pirate ship Mari Galante is back with a fully revamped immersive pirate show packed with acrobatics, music, special effects, and an epic water activities. And now is the time to climb aboard. Enjoy 50% off the regular experience or 45% off our VIP premium menu featuring beef medallion with lobster, filet mignon with shrimp, or the tasty vegetarian or vegan delights. Plus, sip like a true pirate with our premium open bar, Grey Goose, Don Julio, Jack Daniels, and so many more brands. Meet our new mascot, Josefino, or you can snap some selfies and live the pirate fantasy of a lifetime. Book now at pirateshipvallarta.com before this treasure sells away. Ahoy!
Good stuff and some good events coming up. Hopefully you had a good weekend. We did a lot. We ended up going to the Holistic and Wellness Fair.
Yes, I went to at Casa Karma. Shout out to everyone out there.
In Georgia and everybody out there. Thank you for being so great. And then Laura and I ended up going to a free show at Act 2 PV. That was kind of fun.
How fun. Shout out to everyone at Act 2 PV too. Miss you guys. I got to eat burgers on Friday, so that was delicious.
Very American, very American. I like that. All right, I'll tell you what. We got to go to a quick commercial. We're going to be right back, and we're going to cover our On This Day segment and events and much, much more, so don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody, and of course it's time for On This Day. And you've got some there on this day. I've got a few on this day in history.
Ooh,
that's the internet. That's the in history.
The history fingers now.
Like that. That's the waviness of us going back in time. Okay, so here on this day in history, you ready? The first one is back in 1550.
Ooh,
a long time ago.
That's a long time
ago.
It
was World Chocolate Day. That is when, chocolate got introduced to the world. Thank goodness.
Thank you, chocolate.
Thank you, chocolate.
We love you.
Also, if you're talking about food, in 1928 on this day, it's Sliced Bread Day. It was the very first time sliced bread was sold.
That's interesting. I love this type of dates. I really like them.
Yeah, because you got home and you were like, oh, I got to slice this stupid bread. Ooh. And then all of a sudden they're like, poof, it's in a loaf. And you can just take it and it's already sliced. Lazy, but okay. Great. Lastly, but not leastly, we're going to thank Japan for this one. In 2011, a Japanese town, we're not going to say the name because it's kind of embarrassing, accidentally declared their new mayor was a cat. A cat got elected for mayor.
A cat was a mayor?
cat,
Really?
literally got elected in Japan. After the real mayor's election got mixed up due to a ballot error, and the feline ended up being more popular anyways and won the election. But they had to correct that. So
that's crazy.
Congratulations, kitty.
I think they should be Cat Day, but whatever.
What do you
But it's
got?
not. It's
Okay.
a bunch of, it's everything but Cats Day. Let me
Okay.
tell you.
I'm ready.
Today, and I'm going to do this fast because I have a lot of them. It's Global Forgiveness Day.
I forgive you.
No, I forgive you.
I forgive you.
And then it's also Macaroni Day.
Oh, wow.
Yum.
Thank you, macaroni.
Yes, but it's also National Strawberry Sundae Day.
Wow, we're getting
Yummy.
fat today is what's happening. Chocolate, strawberry sundaes, and macaroni and bread.
But get this is perfect for Vallarta. Today is National Dive Bar Day.
Ooh, hey, dive bars out there.
National Koi Day.
Wait, koi?
Tell the Truth Day.
Okay.
National Father-Daughter Take a Walk Day.
Take a walk, father and daughters.
And National Capybara Day.
Oh,
Yes.
capybara day. Those little guys are so cute, I think. It's
That's
the world's
great.
largest rodent.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Okay.
The world's, and it's so in style right now. So there you
Wow.
go. It's today your day. You guys can celebrate your capybaras.
Enjoy all those. Let's move on to events and more on this day this week. But thank you so much for those. Those were
You're
amazing.
welcome.
Nicely
All
done.
right.
On with the events, folks.
Monday night group meditation open to all. Every Monday at 7:30 p.m. at Casa del Jardín, Argentina 265, Colonia 5 de Diciembre, for a peaceful evening of group meditation. Enjoy mantra chanting, guided and silent meditation, and shared reflections. No reservation needed. Just come as you are. Voluntary donations go towards social service. End your day in harmony and positive energy. More info at 554-497-0121. Free Survivors Spanish class this Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Annex Studio and Gallery PV. Learn essential Spanish skills with accredited instructor Professor Paul. Drop-in welcome. No registration required. Perfect for travelers, expats, or anyone looking to improve their language skills. See you there. Ready for some fast-paced fun? Join us this and every Thursday at Katrina Cantina at 7 p.m. for game night on the patio. We're playing left, center, right, the dice game where laughs are loud, the action is quick, and yes, you can win real money. Bring your game face and plenty of 20 peso bills. No cover, just good times with great people. Don't miss the fun this Thursday. It's game night like you've never played before. Then at 8 p.m., stay for the sensational Luis Villanueva, one of Vallarta's finest voices, as he brings the house down with his soulful sound and charismatic charm. It's the perfect Thursday night, only at Katrina Cantina. Can you picture a place where the wine flows, the grill is hot, and the deals are too good to miss? This Friday, July 11th, don't miss the first ever wine outlet at Malpaso Restaurant and Vinos y Punto in Puerto Vallarta. Taste 8 selected wines, take home a commemorative glass, and access exclusive offers, all in a relaxed setting with great food, music, and of course, amazing wine. Bonus, the first 15 to reserve get into the premium tasting with Master Sommelier Juan Carlos Alcantara. It's this Friday, July 11th from 5 to 10 p.m. Space is limited. Reserve now. Go to Vinos y Punto on Facebook. Get ready, Vallarta. It's B3 Part 3. That's Brent's birthday bash, back for a third round and bigger than ever. Join the party on Saturday, July 12th at 6:30 p.m. at Gastronomique, Vallarta Garden Club as this year's featured charity. Enjoy signature cocktails, focaccia pizzas, and free bites, all with a portion of sales going to support our community. Let's party with purpose, Gen Expat style. RSVP now in the events section of the Facebook group, Gen Expats PV, and be a part of the biggest birthday bash of the year for a great cause. Looking for something fun and creative for the little ones? Every week at the Living Room Bookstore and Cafe in Marina Vallarta, Val hosts a magical hour of story time and arts and crafts, all inspired by the book of the week. It's free, open to kids of all ages, and perfect for children ages 4 and up. Join the fun at the corner of Paseo de la Marina and Calle Timon. Books, crafts, and imagination, all in one cozy spot. Cruise into the weekend with Vallarta's own local all-English radio show. Your dose of classic rock, local vibes, and real stories from real people, just like you. It's fresh, it's fun, and it's all about Puerto Vallarta, and it's on your radio dial. Radiante 98.3 FM. Join your host, Jesse Ruiz, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Buckle up. Let's start the journey. You can also listen online or podcast style at radiante.fm or on Facebook. Just search for Vallarta's Asphalt. Do you know someone truly outstanding? Nominate them for the Jalisco Award 2025. It honors individuals with extraordinary contributions in culture, science, environment, labor, sports, or civic impact. Celebrate excellence, help shine a light on remarkable Jaliscienses making a difference. Look for Cultura Jalisco on Facebook for all the details. Okay, that's a wrap for this week. Stick around for more news.
Don Coco Restaurant Bar, freshness isn't just a detail, it's the heart of everything we do. Every dish is made to order. Vibrant ceviches, perfectly spicy aguachiles, and micheladas so cold they feel like a hug from the sea. Located right in front of Marina Vallarta's most beautiful pier, Don Coco has it all. Breathtaking ocean views, feel-good vibes, bold flavors, and an atmosphere that hooks you from the very first sip. And if you're lucky, you might just bump into the legendary Don Coco himself. Our 2-for-1 margarita happy hour, and be sure to try the cocktails that are becoming the talk of Vallarta. Find us in Proa, Local 18, corner of Yates in Marina del Rey. Call or WhatsApp to order ahead, 322-688-1887. Don Coco, where bold flavor begins and the good vibes of Vallarta come alive.
On these rainy days, what better ways to spend them than having a michelada at Don Coco? Amazing. Okay, speaking of heavy rains, they are battering Guadalajara this week and causing severe flooding, traffic chaos, and damage across multiple neighborhoods. Jalisco Governor Lemus traveled to Mexico City to meet with President Claudia Sheinbaum at the National Palace. Lemus announced via social media that his visit focused on presenting the progress Jalisco has made in the preparation for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, where Guadalajara is set to be one of the host cities. How exciting. We're here to show the president all the work we've done to make Jalisco shine during the World Cup, Lemus stated. He emphasized that the state is ready to offer an unforgettable experience, highlighting the local icons like mariachi and tequila as a symbol of Mexican culture. Jalisco is expected to welcome over 2.5 million visitors, and 4 World Cup matches will be held there, including one featuring the Mexican national team, marking the very first time Mexico plays a World Cup match right in Jalisco. Lemus also mentioned that the meeting included discussions on additional infrastructure projects for the state. Thanks for all that awesome information, Adolfo Torres.
Well, we're really excited about the World Cup in 2026, just like the whole world. I'm sure we will have many more stories about it leading up to the opening matches. Now here's Sarah again with our next story tonight, and it's all about Canada. So go get your maple syrup.
To enhance its international reach this winter with the addition of 3 new Canadian routes, courtesy of Porter Airlines. Starting November 2025, the Toronto-based airline will begin non-stop service to Vallarta from Toronto, Ottawa, and Hamilton, further cementing the city's status as a top Mexican destination for Canadian travelers. Operated by the GAP, the airport will now connect to 17 cities across Canada, the most ever, bringing its total number of international routes to 37 and domestic routes to 13. This growth positions Puerto Vallarta as the second most visited Mexican airport by Canadian passengers, with Canadians making up 1 in every 3 international arrivals. The new flights will be served by Porter's modern Embraer 195 E2 aircraft, offering 132 seats and known for their comfort-focused cabin layouts, which include no middle seats and complimentary snacks and beverages, features that have helped the airline earn a loyal following. According to Porter Airlines, the expansion responds to increasing demand from Canadian travelers seeking warm weather vacations in destinations like Puerto Vallarta. Additionally, the new routes provide easier access for Mexican travelers wishing to visit Canada. Jalisco State Secretary of Tourism celebrated the move as a key step in strengthening bilateral tourism ties, emphasizing Puerto Vallarta's growing role as a gateway to Guadalajara, Chapala, Costa Alegre, and beyond. Airport Director Omar Gildardo Torres noted that 45% of Puerto Vallarta's international routes originate in Canada, with international travel accounting for 63% of all passenger traffic. As of May 2025, the airport had already served over 2 million international passengers. Torres praised Porter Airlines' confidence in the airport's infrastructure and service quality, stating that the airline's arrival marks a new milestone for international growth. GAP has pledged to continue investing in modernization, customer service, and connectivity to ensure a seamless travel experience. With Canadian interest in Vallarta surging and Porter's entry into the market, Puerto Vallarta is poised to further solidify its position as a premier beach destination for North American travelers. With information from Adolfo Torres, Sarah Joy, CPS News.
Thank you very much, Sarah. And happy Canada Day to the Canadians on our team. That's you, Sarah. That's Barbara. That's David, the sports guy. We might have more. I don't even know.
Yes, well, happy late Canadian Day to
True.
all of you guys, and happy 4th of July to all of the Americans. So there you guys have it. And, well, I hope you have a great week, and I hope you tune in next Monday to CPS News in English.
Okay. Have a great night. She said it all. We'll see you next week on CPS News, the news that speaks your language.